everyone, welcome back. It's Lisa. Today I'm going to show you how I crocheted this corner to corner baby blanket. As you can see, it has a bit more texture or dimension to it than a regular corner to corner stitch. Here is another blanket using the same type of yarn and hook as this one, but it's crocheted in the standard corner to corner stitch. As you can see, this blue one, it's flatter and it doesn't have this same pop. So therefore, I like to call this one corner to corner with a pop. So I just changed one stitch to give it this added dimension. The border that I used on this blanket is a double crocheted ribbed border. So you can check out my channel for some of my many border videos. This one is border number 6. My demonstration today will be on a smaller sample size, and I'm going to be using a yarn that has a medium weight of 4 and a 5mm crochet hook. It's very hard to demonstrate on this velvet yarn, so I will use a yarn that's not as fluffy. This blanket that I'm showing you is crocheted using a velvet yarn. It's Baby Bernat Velvet, and it's also a weight of 4, and I also used my 5mm crochet hook on it. So I will show you how to start the blanket, how to increase your sides, how to begin to decrease on each side, and how to end. So you will have to decide how long and wide you would like your blanket or afghan to be. So go get your yarn and hook ready and let's begin. Okay, so we're going to chain 6. Now we're going to look for the 4th, 5th, and 6th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So in the 4th one, we're going to do a double crochet. In the 5th one, we're going to do a double crochet. And in the 6th one, we're going to do a double crochet. Okay, so our first block has been made. We're going to turn your work so it's facing this way. And you're going to chain 6. After you've chained 3, you can put your finger on that 3rd one, and you know that's going to be your 4th chain from the hook. So put your finger on that 3rd one. 4, 5, 6. So now if we go backwards, 1, 2, 3, 4 is under your finger. So do a double crochet in that one. Double crochet in your 5th one. And double crochet in your 6th one. Now here's where I changed the stitch a little bit. Instead of slip stitching into this chain 3 space, we're actually going to single crochet around our 3rd double crochet over. So here is our double crochets, 1, 2, and here's the 3rd one just before our chain 3 space. So we're going to go around that post. Okay, so we're not going in the top of the stitch. We're just going to go around that post, and we're just going to do a regular single crochet. Now our chain 3 is back here. We're going to need that after we've done a chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. Find your chain 3 back there. We're going to do 3 double crochets in there. So our second row is finished. This is the block from our first row. We've got 2 blocks in our second row. And here is where we've gone around that double crochet and it's pulled this part of our blanket forward a bit. So now we're going to turn our work. We're going to do our 6 chains. So you can put your finger on that 3rd chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So your finger should be on the 4th chain now. So we're going to double crochet in there. Double crochet in the next one. And in our 6th one. So now we can see that we've got 1, 2, 3 double crochets. So we're going to go around this 3rd double crochet, and we're just going to do a single crochet around that. Chain 3. Find that chain 3 space from that last row back here. We're going to do 3 double crochet in there. Okay, now we've got our next block. We're going to find our 3rd double crochet. We're going to do a single crochet around that one. Chain 3. Find that chain 3 from the last row. It's back there, and we're going to do 3 double crochets in there. Okay, so now we should have 3 blocks across. When your blanket is as wide as you want it to be, then we're going to stop increasing on the one side and start decreasing. The other side will continue with the increasing until your blanket gets to the length that you want it to be. If you want it square, then when your blanket gets as wide and as long as you want it to be to that square point, then you start decreasing on both sides. For now, you're just going to continue the same pattern. I'll do one more row with you. So you've turned your work. You're going to chain 6, so 1, 2, 3, put your finger there, 4, 5, 6, then you're going to double crochet in that 4th, 5th, and 6th chain. You're going to do a single crochet around this 3rd double crochet. Chain 3, and then do 3 double crochet around that chain. You're going to come over and find your 3rd double crochet, and you're going to single crochet around it. Chain 3, and do 3 double crochet. Those 3 double crochet around that chain 3 from the last row. Come over and you find your 3rd double crochet. You're going to single crochet around there, chain 3, find that chain 3 space back there, and you're going to do 3 double crochets. Okay, so we can see that we have 4 blocks. Continue following the same pattern till you get to the width that you want. And then when you get to your width, okay, imagining that this now is as wide as you want your afghan to be. In this next row, okay, because I'm going to decrease for you now. In this next row, you're going to turn your work. slip stitch into the top of these three double crochets. So we're not going to pop out this one on this very last square, just so that we make sure the side of our blanket is square. So instead of single crocheting around this third one, we're just going to slip stitch into that chain 3 space, chain 3, and then you're going to do your 3 double crochet. Okay, so you continue along this side the same way. You're going to find your 3rd double crochet. You're going to do your single crochet in there, chain 3, find that chain 3 space, and you're going to do 3 double crochets. I'll just continue along this side. This is my sampler edge where we're not going to add any more rows. We're just going to make it straight. Over here, we'll continue, let's say 1 more row, just so we can see the difference. So over here, you'll just do exactly the same. You're going to chain 6. Oops, first we're going to turn it though. Getting ahead of myself. I much prefer when you turn this, your chain 6 is so much easier to work with. So 1, 2, 3, I'm gonna put my finger there, 4, 5, 6, do our double crochets, okay, now we'll work this side as usual. We'll single crochet around that double crochet, chain 3, and do our 3 double crochets. So I'll just work along this side until we get to the end. So when we get to the end of this row, we're no longer making a block. So we're just going to have to slip stitch into that chain 3 space. Okay, so then we're going to turn our work. Here are our 3 double crochets, so we're just going to slip stitch across those. So there we have our next side starting. Remember, this is just sampler size. So we have 2 corners made, and we can continue to work. Increasing on this side would make your project longer. See that? We have a rectangle there now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now stop at this corner over here. Again, just for the sampler size. Okay, so after we've done our 3 slip stitches in there, we're going to slip stitch into this chain 3 space. We're going to chain 3, and then we're going to put our 3 double crochet into that chain 3 space. work across as we usually do. Single crochet into that last double crochet, chain 3, and then 3 double crochets. Those 3 double crochets are going into that chain 3 space. Single crochet in our double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet into that chain 3 space. Okay, so now we see that this is getting to the end and we can't make another block over there. So we don't want to do a single crochet in that double crochet. We just want to go into that chain 3 space at the end of that block. We're going to slip stitch because we're at the edge. And then we're going to turn our work. I'm going to find those 3 double crochets and we're going to slip stitch into the top of those. And then we slip stitch into our chain 3 space. Okay, there was the chain 3 space. Now we're ready to work along this side. So we'll do chain 3, 3 double crochets in the chain 3 space next to it. Then we have our next block over here. We're going to do a single crochet around that post, chain 3, and then we're going to do our next block under with these 3 double crochets around that chain 3 space. So now we can see we're back at the edge. Okay, so we want to find that chain 3 space over there and we're going to slip stitch into it. Turn our work. Then we're going to slip stitch into the top of these 3 double crochets. Okay, so these are the 3 double crochets that we put a slip stitch into the top of. We have to slip stitch in this chain 3 space. And if we look at our work, we can see that there's only 1 block section left to do here. So we'll do a chain 3 and then put 3 double crochet in this space. Then we have to find our chain 3 space over here. We're going to slip stitch in there. I'm going to fasten off the yarn. So we can see that we've made a rectangle because we continued increasing on one side a little bit longer. Because of the waviness of the stitch, there's a slight waviness to the edge. If you put a border along the side, then you won't get that waviness if that's something that bugs you a little bit. So here's our corner to corner with that extra bit of a pop in there.
I really hope you enjoyed following along in this tutorial today. You found it easy to follow. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel. Happy crocheting!